realize that in the middle of their original path that's not really what they wanted to do. So they changed it up as they got older. So what were we saying before that? Is like, I'm a proponent of you going to college later in life if you choose to.
Yeah.
Right? Like, learn a little bit about what life experience is. My thing is join the military for 2 years, you know, and then travel the world, get out, get your education.
The military pays for your college when
free.
You do that, right?
Yep,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, the community pays for that. Goes into our next point, which is once you find an accountability partner, it's really, really, really important, just as you would with a mentor, that you respect their time, that you show up ready and prepared, that you show up on time, that you show up ready to ask questions, that you take notes. So because nobody's going to want to hold you accountable and spend their time with you if you're not taking it serious. I think it's okay to take a break sometimes, but I think really getting into a rhythm of consistency. So it's whatever you feel like you can do. You also don't want to say you commit to, every day doing a podcast and then you get a weekend and you're like, man, I should have never done this. It's way too much. Yeah. You need to also do something that your schedule can accommodate. So we do once a week. The Business Project Podcast.
Business can be complicated.
We break it down so regular people like us
can understand and find success. I'm John Crespo, accountant and consultant.
I'm Kacie Bryant, marketer and event planner.
If you run a business
or want to run a business,
welcome to the show. What's up? Domain names, name tags.
You forgot your line.
Social media handles, trademarks. Oh my!
Good job, John.
Hey, you gotta have fun in the beginning. It shows that we're not avatars, we're not cyborgs, we are human.
Very, very human over here.
Ain't no AI going on right here.
Nope. We are so thankful to have you guys here today. We are talking about naming your business. So we're going to take the next 15 weeks. And we're going to go over step by step. So this is what the Business Project is about. Yeah. And it's why we started it, is because a lot of people are wanting to start a business, or even you could be like 3 years into your business and you're like, you know what? I need to refresh.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing. We're going to take the next 15 weeks and we're going to go over step by step of starting a business.
For sure. And this one is the beginning part. Like the whole beginning. We're talking about, oh man, I got this great business that I feel I can make money off of. What am I going to call it though?
Yeah.
Because I think naming the business is huge.
It is.
You got to get a name that it will call attention to what you want to do, a name that will resonate with the community. That's like a true branding, like branding 101.
It's the first thing for me. I can't get past the next step without naming my business.
No, you can't. And you know what? When I have conversations with people, one of the first things I tell them is people who want to get their business registered. One of the first things I say is, what are you going to call your business? Have you thought about that? And the majority of them are like a deer in headlight. Duh? I got to name this business?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got to name your business.
Us creatives, that's the analytical people. The analytical people are like, I have this idea. I know that it can make money. Us creatives are like, I have this idea. Now we got to find a fun name for it. And we got to get a logo and do our branding and pick out the colors and do all of that stuff. But you analytical people are like, just let me do the work.
For real. A funny story is, how I'm opening that other location, right? And, that's going to be huge. So that's going to be the whole co-working, content creation, pack and ship model. And one of the first things I did was I'm utilizing today's technology. So I'm going into AI. I'm going to like ChatGPT. And I type in ChatGPT, hey, I'm starting this business. It's going to work in this industry. It's going to incorporate all this stuff. Can you give me some names that will kind of like bridge that gap and bring it together and make it resonate with what I'm doing? And it's like ChatGPT, sure, I can do that for you. No problem. In like a matter of seconds, it spits out like 20 different names.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love that today. I think there's one positive that I can take out of AI is being able to do things like that.
Mm-hmm. You can have it ask you questions too. So like you could go there and be like, I'm wanting to start a new business. Ask me questions to get me to help me find the name. But you know what I was searching? So we created a course. If you guys don't know, we have the Business Project podcast, or the businessproject.com was actually started because John and I both have a bunch of people all the time that are like, I'm starting a business. How do I pick a name? Or how do I register my domain? Or how do I build a website? Or, you know, all of these things. And no matter what type of business you have, whether it's landscaping or accounting or social media, you know, influencer, a lot of the basics are the same. And so we're like, why don't we just take all of the basics and put it in a course to where people can step by step learn how to start their business. So that is why the Business Project started. Well, when we created this course about 3 years ago, the tools, man, in the past 3 years have come so incredibly far. And I was researching to kind of refresh for this series that we're about to start back. I mean, 20, 30, 40 different websites that use AI, and they can just like basically create your name for you. It is the coolest thing in the world.
It is.
Yeah.
So how did, though, in the creation of the Business Project, what was your process in figuring out the name? There was no AI really at that time.
No, I knew right away.
Yeah.
I knew right away that that's what I wanted to, again, I'm a creative. Like,
so that name just popped up in your
first.
head? Wow. Yeah. That's an outlier. For us regular people, it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah. I've named lots of businesses, and I think this one, because you know where I got it from, I'm going to tell the truth.
Let's go.
I really love the Bible Project.
Ooh.
I love the Bible Project. It's a series on YouTube, and they explain books of the Bible in like cartoon drawings. And I love that. And so I think when I was talking about the business, you know, getting that going, I'm like, I want to do the same thing, but for business.
Yeah.
And I love that. That's what we're doing, is we're helping people take their business project and make it a reality, like step by step. Yeah.
I like that.
Am I allowed to copy like that?
Yeah.
Get in trouble for that.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that comes from the Bible too. There's nothing new under the sun. Right. So when you're creating something, you should be ready, willing, and able to look at what's out there and kind of like, all right, what can I take from here? What can I take from there? But make it my own. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. But when you're in that process of figuring out what you're going to call it, figuring out what the business is going to look like, you're going to research what's out there, look at what's working, look at what's not, and look what resonates with you and combine it all together.
Yeah. You have to add, even if you're using AI, it's so much better when you put a piece of you in it. Yeah. Don't just pull it and run with it. Put a piece of you in it, because you know your passion, you know why you're doing what you do, and make sure that you don't let AI take that out of you. Don't be lazy.
Yeah, because people will be able to see through that.
Yeah, I think
a lot of times when it comes to that whole AI thing, it starts like sounding the same. Mm-hmm. You know, you become robotic. You know, a lot of the messaging out there sounds and starts looking robotic. So you got to personalize it and make it your own, because people will start seeing through that.
Yeah. So we created a list we're at thebusinessproject.com, www.thebusinessproject.com. There's a link in and if you're looking on YouTube or Facebook or Buzzsprout, if you're watching on any of the places where we get the podcast after we're live recording, there's a link in there. And that link will bring you to, we just created a free list on there of a bunch of easy, like AI tools, online tools that can help you with naming your business. And I kind of went through, did a good amount of research yesterday, and I found some good ones. I updated the list that we did a couple years ago, and it's just free. And it has the name of the program and a little description about it, and then a link straight to it. And it's just a quick list you can go through. So if you are looking at naming your business, or even if you have a name and you're like, you know, I want to refresh this a little bit. I've been running a business for 20 years, and it's time that we add a little refresh to it. it doesn't hurt to go through that tool and see what they come up with. So
True.
Head on over to there and get that free list.
Yeah. And I think every now and then you should look at your business, if you're already in business, and figure out ways to, refresh it, right? You should want to keep up with the times, keep up with what's resonating with the community, keep up with your clients or customers are asking for and all of that. And maybe that will entail, providing another kind of like brand name to your business and what you do. So those tools are excellent for that. And I love the fact that we can go to thebusinessproject.com as our one-stop shop for all of that. It just makes life for anyone starting a business or in a business so much easier to have one place to go to. Because I know how fragmented information is today.
And they're all trying to sell you something. Yeah. They're like, here, watch this good information. And then they try to sell you something. And the Business Project is not trying to sell you something. Literally, it's like, here's a free membership. Here's an unlimited membership. And that's it. There's no upsells. There's no, gimmicks or anything like that. So
you can dive as deep as you want to in there. You can go as far as you want to and get as much information as you want to. You control it.
100%. All right. Should we hear from Miss Lorneth?
Let's go.
With the BBB. And then we're going to get to some of your comments. And then we're going to go to, so we'll hear from Lorneth. We'll get to some of your comments. And then we will go into like some of the specifics of naming your business. So you got the name. How do you make sure that it's not registered, the domain names, like all of that stuff. So stay tuned because we will be right back for all of that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lornette Peters, Director of Marketing and Communications at the Better Business Bureau, serving Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. John Crespo, this tip is for you and your clients. I know you work with many businesses during this time of year as they prepare or you prepare their taxes. So I just want to provide a few tips. First things first, this time of year, scammers will call you saying that you owe past taxes. If they say you owe past taxes, hang up the phone and contact the IRS directly. Go to the IRS website and make sure you use the phone number on their website to contact them. Second thing to be aware of is pop-up shops. There's so many tax preparers that are popping up this time of year. They're not vetted. Please do not use them. Stick to ones you know, stick to ones who've been in the community for a long time, and ask your friends for referrals. Have they worked with a tax preparer in the past that they trust? So those are our tips for the week. Remember, Better Business Bureau is here to help you in any way we can. Always feel free to send us an email by sending it to info@gobbb.org. John Crespo, we're rooting for you this time of year, and we know you're taking care of our small businesses. Everyone have a great day.
We're back.
We're back already.
Lorneth is the best.
Lorneth, thank you for thinking about me during this time. I feel like I'm in a cave sometimes and, I forget what the sun looks like or what the world looks like because tax season is just crazy this year. Like it's the busiest year I've had so far when it comes to tax season.
Yeah.
And with all the tools out there, I figured wouldn't be getting so busy, but it's like, it's getting worse.
You haven't even gotten to our stuff yet.
I haven't.
Just wait.
I haven't gotten to I haven't gotten to the juice of the stuff yet. I'm just getting to the outskirts and it's crazy. So
he walked in the door this morning and he just shut the door and goes,
I look forward to this day because this is my, my getaway and
do something
put my
different.
Mind on something else.
Yeah. All right. So we're talking about naming your business. We have a couple of comments here we're going to get to. What's up, Justine? What's up, Faith? What's up, Morgan? I'm supposed to be helping you. I've been waiting for your booty to reach out to me so I can help you. She said you haven't gotten hers either.
No, I know. I got a lot that I'm waiting for you guys, but don't worry. We're good. If you're in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, we got some time.
Yeah. Okay.
We're extended to June.
Because of the tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't fret.
All right, what you got on Facebook? Whatever that is.
This is YouTube.
Thank you.
We got Mr. Game Gear. What's up, Game Gear, man? We appreciate you checking in every week, man.
Yeah.
He's asking, what is the keyboard for?
Oh, I switched it out. The keyboard is my switcher. So like when you guys see the Lorneth come on or Christina's going to come on in a minute, or ending it, I use the keyboard to do that.
It's like the remote control. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Clay Bite Ceramics.
That's my Auntie Bones.
What's going on?
What's up, Aunt Joan?
She says, "Good morning, Tennessee."
She's from
In my
California.
Dolly Parton voice.
She doesn't say it like that because
No?
she's from California.
What's the accent in California?
She says, like, hello. Just
Like,
kidding.
hello, Tennessee.
She doesn't say that.
Going to catch some waves.
Like, totally. That's so funny.
Anyway.
We're just kidding.
We're having too much fun today.
I know. Okay, so back to the topic
back to the nitty-gritty.
Naming your business. So let's get into some of the details of naming your business. And if you guys are just joining us, it's a good idea after this is over to go back and listen to it because we talked about some good stuff. But we're going to get into the basics of what you need to know. Because I think it's like, okay, great. I came up with a name. We'll say the business project. Mm-hmm. So now what? Now what do I do? What do I do with that name? How do I know if I'm going to get in trouble for using the name? Domain names, I think, are a big thing, like weird ghost thing that nobody really understands.
Yeah.
And so there are tools to help you with this also. But there are some basic things that you should do once you pick your name. Number one, you need to make sure that it's not trademarked in your area. Mm-hmm. And you can do that. The USTPO. U.S.
Trademark Protection Office or something like that? Yeah,
yes.
USTPO.
USTPO, and that's a link on our website on the business project too if you're going through this. And that you can go there and check your trademark. You can ask a trademark attorney. But this is, I think, an essential step that a lot of businesses leave out.
And that can come back to bite you.
So bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
That can get ugly.
You, hopefully, if you're doing it right, you're going to invest thousands of hours and thousands of dollars into creating a professionally done logo and branding and all of those things. Mm-hmm. And if you're using a name that you're not allowed to use, then you're going to have to start all over. And you think about signs and business cards and, they could sue you for that too. So you really, this is a very, very important step that you don't want to miss out. And we're not lawyers, and so we can't give you, full advice if you ask us in the comments of like, hey, is this name good? So we would recommend, at least advising with a lawyer once you get your name picked out, make sure that you're good to go. For sure.
Another, after you're using the trademark, first you want to make sure it's not trademarked or anything like that, right? Then you also want to make sure it's available in where you live. Mm-hmm. Because even though it may not be trademarked, it could still be, you still probably wouldn't be able to register that name in the state that you're in because somebody has it. Mm-hmm. So you just go to we might have to add that. Is that on the tools and resources?
I don't think it is.
We'll add it.
We will.
Go to your state, Secretary of State site and search for that name. See if there's an organization that already has it in your state, because if so, obviously you won't be able to register it with the state. So you're going to have to make sure that along with there's no trademark on it, it's available in the state that you live in.
Yeah. And should we get into domain names? Because that's a whole nother part.
Yeah, because that kind of flows into that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So domain names, once you've checked and make sure that it's not trademarked and you can use it. And then and by the way, trademarks can get pretty complex because that also matters about location. It matters about business type. So like say, for example, there's a Target and that it does clothing and the traditional Target that we think of. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can't use the name Target for accounting. When you register a trademark, you register it for a particular business type. And so that's another thing to consider when you're doing it.
Right. Yeah. Consider the industry. Mm-hmm. That's huge.
Industry. That's the word I was looking for.
I love it.
Okay. So
that's why we're together. We play it off.
When you are registering a domain name, and we have Name Checker. Name Checker is a really good tool. Again, that's on the business project. I've been using this for years, and it's just gotten bigger, better and better, and it's magnifique. Yes. And I even forgot until we were refreshing for this course. I forgot about that as a tool, and I'm going to use it because we're expanding local into other cities, and I wanted to know about domain or the names available on social media. So what NameCheck, it's either NameCheck or NameChecker. What that does is you can put in your handle, so like at the business project, and or just the business project, and it'll show you if the domain's available, .com, .net, .org, like all of those things. But then it'll also show you what social media handles are available.
That's awesome.
So it checks, I don't know, like 20 different, Tumblr and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and it'll tell you if it's available or not. And it's such a cool, neat way, because you want to be consistent. And so if you are able to, search that and then see that the main things that you want to use are available, then you know that it's good.
Ooh, I didn't even know that existed. Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
It does.
Name checker. Name checker. We'll have it for you, but that is seriously a good tool.
It is a good one. Yep.
Wow.
It saves a lot of time, because then you don't have to go into Instagram separately and then Facebook separately and then, search for things. And so typically, we're pretty far into this whole internet game by now, as far as just a culture, understanding and knowing, and domain name availability, because there's been a bazillion ideas now. And so a lot of times you're going to have to get creative with it. So you really want, ideally, you would have your domain name would be what your business is. I think that that's the most desirable thing. People will look at your, they'll search in the business project, and it's like, oh, that's obvious that that's the business project. So ideally you want to do that, but a lot of times you can't. And so getting creative and making sure that it's consistent. So like with the business project, for a lot of ours, we have to use the business proj, Proj.
Yeah.
And we saw that that was available in a lot of different things. So that's what we use instead. And you can do, if I've seen creative things, like if you're a nutrition shop, Eat Well or Eat Good Food or whatever as the domain name, and being consistent with your website and your social media handles, as consistent as you can.
Yeah, because then that's where name checker is like a game changer. Name checker is a game changer.
Yes.
Because, so check this out. You get your name, right? You figure out the name is no trademark issues, no state issues. Doesn't mean there isn't any social media issues or domain issues. Because one thing that and you tell me, right? Your social media handle should also be kind of catchy, right? And what's terrible, and that's happened to me before, is when you're putting in, you're creating your social media pages, it'll say the name is not available, and then you have to add like all these numbers or stuff to it if you're stuck with using that name. So I think utilizing that resource will help give you a clean social media handle, right? Because I think clean social media handles say something, and all that other stuff. I just felt like I had to go in there.
Yeah, no, I think
clean
that's great.
Social media
clean
handles.
social media handles are so important, and as most consistent as you can get, because you want them to be able to easily. It's already hard enough to get people to find and notice and recognize your business, but if they are looking for you, you want to make it as easy as possible. You want to take out as many hurdles as you can.
Yeah.
And having a nice, clean social media handle that goes along with your website and having it all consistent makes it easy.
Instead of, hey, what's your social media handle? CFD Services Inc. 9821456777.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound good, does it?
But that's only on Instagram. On Facebook, it's CFD blah, 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 blah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Find a way to make it clean.
Yep, 100%. And you might have to get creative with this, and that's okay. Should we hear from Christina?
Let's go.
Let's go, Miss Christina. And then we're going to get to some of your comments. I forgot what button to push. This is what my keyboard's for.
Hello, entrepreneurs and business owners. I'm Christina Stubblefield, a digital marketing strategist and co-owner of Soin Media Group. In today's quick tip, we're talking about something crucial, yet often overlooked: the power of owning your email and text list. With the recent outages on Facebook and Instagram, many businesses found themselves in the dark, unable to reach their audience. But guess what? Those with a solid email or text list faced no such issue. Why? Because they own their list. No algorithm changes, no platform outages can take that away. It's a direct line to your audience, and you're in control, ensuring your message always gets through. Building your email and text list means investing in the long-term relationships with customers. It's about creating a community that moves with you no matter where you go online. Don't let your business's voice be silenced by factors out of your control. Start building your list today and take the first step towards true digital independence. If you would like more tips from me, visit my website, ChristinaStubblefield.com, and join my email list.
What's up? We're talking about where we're from on the little break. If you guys tell us where you're from in the comments, we would love to hear that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like knowing where people are from because we can crack jokes then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, Christina is absolutely amazing, as always. Text Club.
You know what? It's good that she brought that up.
Yeah.
With all that stuff that happened this past couple weeks. First, we had the phone outage, right? Where all the phone lines were down for like a whole day or something like that. And then we had the whole Facebook shut down. So you got to have those tools in place. God forbid this stuff just goes down. How are you still going to communicate with your people?
We've done several podcasts on the importance of a text club. I mean, I push all the businesses that we work with. I'm like, you have got to have a text club. It is your backup plan. It might not be making you a millionaire right now, but it is your backup plan. So if you guys are a business owner and you don't have a text club, get into it.
You need it. You need it. That's a way to keep your stuff off. Just relying wholly on social media, keep your stuff off and still stay in communication with your clients. Because, listen, if everything goes down, you still have to find a way to keep moving, right? Regardless of what's happening in the world, how are you going to keep moving? And you got to put the tools like that in place for that.
And the ones that can keep moving are the ones that are going to win.
I want to be a winner.
I want to be a winner too.
I want to be a winner. So I'm going to figure out a way to make
We'll figure out a way to win. Okay.
All I want to do is win, win, win.
Oh gosh, you're so funny.
No matter what.
I saw a comment pop up on our YouTube. John is not very good at reading the comments. Usually I do all of them.
So Claybite, she had to let us know she's from Southern California.
Oh, Southern California.
What up? That's where the weather's pretty, right?
Yeah.
Weather's nice out there.
Brea. I know Brea is where she lived for a long time. I don't know where she is now.
Yeah. Awesome. Southern Cali in the building. And then we have Game Gear saying he's waking up with his coffee and the business project.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you got to have that coffee in the morning. I can't function without my coffee.
I got mine still from this morning. This is like my 5th cup.
And he also asked, what is the best place to get your content out there? Like to get your content out there.
The best place to get your content. Are you asking like where to get content from? Or where do you put your content?
Probably where you put your content.
How do you get it out there?
Out to the universe.
Social media.
Social media.
It depends on what kind of content you have.
Yeah.
There's lots of strategies for getting your content out there.
Right. Some people solely rely on YouTube.
Yeah.
Some people solely rely on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. It really depends on who your audience is. So first step is know your audience. And that's going to be one of our talks coming up anyway. So.
It is. Yeah.
And you find it on thebusinessproject.com.
Yes. And I think don't feeling like you have to do it everywhere.
Yeah.
Picking one place and getting really good at that one thing.
That's right. And then you can add on other things after that, depending on how the shift goes.
Most people that are killing it with social media are killing it with one platform.
Yep.
And they create specifically for that platform, and they put it on other platforms too, which grow an audience, but that one platform is where they thrive.
That's their focus.
You don't do it all the places.
Yeah. Hopefully that helped.
Yeah. Okay. So next week we are talking about, I don't remember.
Justine, help
Step
us.
2.
What's the next step in the process?
The next step after you pick your name is opportunity, I think. Figuring out your competitors, doing research.
Market analysis.
Yep. And you like that? How quick I am with that?
Yeah.
So that would be probably next week is what we're going to talk about. We are...
Market analysis. I think that's, that's key.
Yeah. Because once you get your name, then you have to figure out how you're going to snuggle yourself into the market.
Yeah. We're basically going to start building a business plan here.
Yep. After these 15 weeks, you will have your business plan done.
You better log in every week because this is going to be some gems.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
And if you're like me and you're like super excited, I know when I first start businesses, I'm like, I want it all done yesterday. Then we have a cheat sheet for you.
Yeah. I like cheat sheets.
Cheat sheet.
It's like those You know those little books that they used to sell that gave you the summary of the book? What is that called?
The Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes. Yes,
Yeah.
it's like Cliff Notes.
Yeah. Yes. This cheat sheet, I know it sounds overwhelming, and we actually changed the name to Simple Steps to Launch Your Business because 28 steps sounds like it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
So don't get overwhelmed by the 28 steps. I think technically now there's 29. Simple steps to launch your business. So there's a whole video that summarizes all of the steps, and then you get a cool little checklist. So that checklist you can print out, and then as we go through all of these episodes, you can just check it off. And it also gives you homework, and it gives you a business plan template, and all of these things as we work through these. And
Slick.
again,
Slick.
Even if you're an existing business, I think that this is still, if you never wrote a business plan or if you haven't addressed it in a while, I mean, your business plan is a living, breathing document that should be continued. You should continue to edit it. You should continue to look at it. I mean, we just, as a company, one of my companies, we just completely redid our vision and mission. And we've been in business for 6 years. And so
That's good.
Don't put it in stone. Don't write it in the brick and then throw it away. Throw it in the front yard. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So there you go. You got your marching orders. You got your action. This is real. So tune in next week. Go to thebusinessproject.com and we'll see you later.
Yeah. Y'all have a good rest